Hey you guys, what's going on? I'm Sonia Tompkins. If you're watching this video, you probably have purchased something from me before, or you've been a part of my community at soniatompkins.com or social media for months, maybe even years now, and you're wondering how you can work with me on a more deeper, intimate level. So let me tell you how we can work together this season. One thing, you guys, I'm really great at is creating streamlined businesses that create true abundance and feel good to operate. The reason I emphasize streamlined is because I've owned or operated 5 different businesses in several different industries, and they were all profitable within 90 days. And I was also able to create them based on my situation or circumstances in my personal life. With over 20 years as an entrepreneur, I noticed early on that doing all the things wasn't giving me the things I wanted most. And I see this with my clients too. Complicated strategies always cause confusion. It is a lot more challenging to do the work that's required to get you the results that you want if things are too complicated and require a bunch of busy steps. So once I focused on the results I really wanted, simplified my offers, and set up the right processes, I earned more money and had more freedom. I was finally living in my full abundance. Whether it was my brick and mortar boutiques, selling e-commerce online, or consulting aspiring entrepreneurs, I was able to duplicate the same process of starting and growing successful businesses without constantly scrambling. That was such a relief. Finally, everything was in alignment and flowing. But these results weren't just happening for me. Even though I was already helping clients build their brands, after sharing my signature framework to amplify their businesses, they began making more money with way less overwhelm and procrastination. Take my client, Madeline, who came to me with a concept. She was already working in retail, but she wanted to open up her own boutique. And what I loved about Madeline was that she was very specific and niche down when she came to me. She knew she wanted to sell swimwear, and we were able to work together. And when she launched her first pop-up event, she generated $1,600 in revenue, you guys. She came to me afraid that she wouldn't be able to even get started. She didn't think she had enough money. She thought her overhead was going to be high. And she was pleasantly surprised and very excited to generate that much income by starting with what she had. Then there's Amanda, who is a pageant founder and author. And Amanda said after almost 2 years of doing things on her own and being scared to charge, she finally had paying participants in her first event after working with me. Now, Amanda represents a lot of clients that I see who come to me and their mindset is just off. They are scared and they invest as little as possible. And because of that, they end up thinking that that's how they have to start their business. That's how they have to attract people to their business, by doing for free. And Amanda has so much value and so much worth and pours into her people in ways that are just astounding. I was like, absolutely not. So we worked together, not just on a business strategy, but also on her mindset and understanding that what she has to offer right now is good enough to start charging and generating income. So that was very exciting and a big step for Amanda. So proud of her. Then there's Caressa, who was already an entrepreneur and making really good money, you guys, and working with some high profile 6 and 7 figure earners, okay? But Caressa was slowly dying inside. Although she was good at what she did as an entrepreneur, she really ached and wanted to fulfill her soul's purpose of providing high quality, high alkaline, vegan food to people. And Caressa wanted to do it, but she wasn't sure how. She didn't know how she was going to transition Like me, Caressa also homeschooled. So there were a lot of like mental blocks. And within 12 months, we went from, I don't know how I'm going to do this at this time, to starting off small and vending at farmers markets, to happy to report that. And not to mention, Caressa was profitable with starting small within her first 30 days. But within 12 months, she realized her full dream, which is to have a complete restaurant, brick and mortar restaurant, you guys, which she says she knows for a fact it wouldn't have gotten that far within only 12 months without working with me. She says Sonia can really coach, empathize, and turn your clutter into clarity and do it all with straight to the point realness. I love what Caressa is doing and how she was bold enough and trusted the process and herself enough to take the leap. Then there's Renee, who said after making a huge career change as a corporate employee to pursue her dream of operating a fashion boutique, she had a 4-figure launch of her pop-up boutique with my guidance. So Renee is another person who was making really good money as a corporate executive sales excuse me, sales executive, and was at a point in her life where her children were older. And she's like, I am going to do this thing that I've been wanting to do for so long. And she was able to do that, you guys, and tap into the resources that she had to make this business a reality and have a 4-figure launch with her first event. Here's another Renee who was making sales in her business. And so she was happy about that, but she had a goal, an aspiration to double that and hit her first 10K month in sales, which she was able to do within 6 months of working with me. But what I want to highlight about Renee's story here is that more importantly, Renee, we devised a plan for her to delegate her tasks more effectively, which allowed her to finally have more time with her family. So many of my clients are come to me and they want to be their own boss. They want to have their own business so that they can experience the most freedom with their income and their time. And they're not being able to do that. They're so bogged down and overwhelmed with things to do, which a lot of times are busy tasks, that they feel like they can't step away from their business, and essentially they become almost a slave to their own business. So she was able to work on a plan that allowed her to continue to grow her business, finally hit her first 10K month in sales, and yet still have even more time with her family than she did before. So listen, there are 3 things you really need to master in order to have a thriving life and business. And the first thing you need to master is your aspirations. Now, an aspiration is just another word for a goal. It's the things that you desire the most. And so when it comes to your aspirations, it's important to understand that focusing on one main goal will get you to the results you want quicker than having working on multiple passions at the same time. It's okay to have multiple things that you're good at and that you want to pursue. It's better to take them one at a time so that they can build off of each other. The other thing you want to master about your aspirations is making sure that you clarify what it is you truly want and desire. Excuse me. Again, you guys, being very, very clear about the results that you want to experience is going to allow you to measure your progress and get there faster. Next, you want to specify how it serves you and others. So you may know what you want, but how is that going to benefit you? Understanding that, and then also understanding how it benefits others. Because most of the time, what you want requires other people to be involved in some way or fashion, by either buying your products, participating in your events, or purchasing your services. So you need to specify how that works for you and the others that you're going to serve. The next thing you need to master is alignment. Now, alignment just means how is everything playing together when it comes to what you want, where you are, and how you plan to get there. And so the first thing about being in alignment means being honest about why you have the goals you have. Sometimes people have goals based off what they think is going to be successful. That's a big difference between this is my goal and this is a goal because I think this is going to be good based on what someone else is doing, or maybe what someone else told you you should be doing because they see something in you. You've got to be very clear about why you have the goals you have. The second thing is making sure when it comes to what you're working on that you're leading from the heart and a place of purpose or passion. When you are doing, working towards, implementing, however you want to say it, when you are coming from a place of purpose or passion, it's going to be way easier to do everything else that is required in the process because it's going to be authentic. Okay, so a big part of being in alignment is being authentic, which also means showing up as yourself. Again, how much easier is it to have a business, a brand, a goal that allows you to show up as you are? You don't have to put on face. You don't have to talk a different way. You don't have to, market or yourself or show up as something or someone other than who you are. That is so freeing. Having to do something that's not really you, that's a lot of work. It requires a lot of energy, and it's usually not something that you can sustain. The next thing about alignment is making sure that you're connecting with those who want or need what you have to offer. So think about this in a linear or horizontal line, you guys. When you connect with the people who want or need what you have, when you're showing up as yourself, when you're leading from a place of purpose or passion and you're honest about it, that is what alignment looks like. And it makes your process so much easier. The next thing you want to master is activation. And this just means how you're going to do the work. The one thing you need to know about activation is that when it comes to mastering it, you want to be applying your time and attention to things that matter most and not fluff. People are so concerned with logos and font colors and font styles and the image on the business card. You guys, that is not going to get you the results that you want. Those things are important, but they're important way later in the process than most of us think. And we usually want to start there. We want to start with the things that are tangible, because that sometimes makes us feel like that's almost like proof that we're doing work. But the real work is going to come from really understanding and focusing on a lot of the things that I mentioned earlier, not the fluff. When it comes to your activation, you also need to be coachable so that you can learn new ways of doing things. If what you know is all you need to know, you guys, you wouldn't be watching this video. You would already be working, living in abundance and alignment, and you wouldn't need this. So the fact that you're here means that there are some things possibly that you can learn to change your circumstances. So be coachable. Even if it's something that you've heard or you feel like you've heard before, there's all kinds of different ways to get to the same result. So be coachable to learn some of those new ways. Next is believe it's possible for you. This is so huge. Mindset is everything. So if you don't believe that you can actually have the results that you want, you've already determined that it's not going to work. So make sure that you want to make sure that you're working on that belief that it is actually possible, not just for anyone, but for you. Fund your future. You've got to be ready to invest your money, your time, your energy into this thing that you want, this goal that is so important to you and important for you to hit right now. And lastly, be able to recognize when it's working. So a lot of times when we're going after a task, a goal, a desire, we can be so diligent about it. But if you don't put things in place to be able to measure and to track, to know how things are going. You may not recognize when things are actually working for you. So having that system in place and understanding that that's going to be something that you need to do in order to keep yourself accountable is really, really important. So where most people get stuck is they are misaligned. Okay, so if you look here, most people start off building a business around the needs of those that you either help or serve, and then people decide how they're going to operate and connect with those people, and then they end up putting their goals and needs last. So it's like, let me build this business that's going to do XYZ for so and so, right? I want to sell, quality mink lashes, and then I want to sell online. Even though I don't like using computers, I don't like showing up in social media, especially like doing videos and things like that. I just feel awkward as soon as the camera turns on. But I do really well talking to people in person. Oh, and by the way, because I don't really like doing social media, I'm not going to show up on it, but I expect to make, $10,000 a month in my business, but I'm not doing the work because I don't like showing up on social media or online. That is an example of just being completely misaligned. And when you are misaligned in how you operate your business, misaligned from how you do that with who you are as an individual, as a woman, you become stressed out. What most people want is to be fully aligned, which means they have abundance and balance in their life and their business. And so the difference here, the shift here is what this looks like is you build the business around your goals and your needs. You figure out what you need from the business, whether it's income goals, time allotment, all the things that matter to you. And then you take that and you match it with your passion or purpose that can serve others. And then you figure out how you're going to launch that, how you're going to operate and connect with them. This is what full alignment looks like, and this is what I teach. So when you operate in alignment, you understand your value as a woman first and then a brand. You can effectively communicate the value you bring to your audience. You can make good money while operating in integrity. You become consistent in your work because it's authentic and easy, and you no longer feel guilt or lack. You know why? Because you're not missing appointments. You're not missing your family's gatherings. You're not worrying about the fact that your business isn't making money because you're not in it 24/7, even though you need a break, you need a weekend off. You won't feel those things because you will be operating in full alignment. These are the things I teach my clients in our 12 weeks together that completely transforms not just their business, you guys, but their whole life. So in month 1, we focus on aspirations. We're going to clarify your business goals. We're going to merge them with your income and personal needs. And then we're going to audit what's working and what's not to streamline your efforts and maximize your abundance. In month 2, it's all about alignment. So from here, we're going to define your unique brand. We're going to niche your products or offers, and then decide how you're going to position yourself to reach your market and hit your goals in a way that feels really authentic to you. In month 3, it's all about activation. So we're going to outline your launch strategy, map out the tools and resources that you'll need to get it done, and then deal with your marketing, how you're going to show up, and the work that you'll do that you'll want to do, because again, you are operating in alignment and in an authentic way. There's also a bonus invitation, you guys. You'll get to join me in a live mastermind weekend, which is currently being held in Nashville, Tennessee, although the cities may change from time to time. And the mastermind weekend is an amazing event where you get together with other women entrepreneurs and discuss your ideas, your concepts, be supported, network. You know, you hear things like your business bestie having, you know, peers and people who can support you. This is what my mastermind weekends are always about. It's about genuine empowerment and taking the steps that you've learned to the next level and seeing how that works with others, and just being able to really take it to the next level. So as a part of my 12-week accelerator program, you do get an invitation to the live mastermind weekend. Now, my mastermind weekend is also a event within itself. So some people join and just come to the mastermind weekend first, and then later say, you know what, I think I'm gonna wanna go ahead and join the accelerator program as well. So, but that's included as part of my 12-week accelerator program. And it's great because you get to hang out with some of the women that you've been working with for the last 12 weeks and meet new experts and amazing, ambitious women just like yourself. Now, my 12-week accelerator is everything you need without a bunch of busy work that doesn't get you to the goals that you have. Even though it's tempting to try to do this on your own, the truth is it'll cost you more time and stress. And that's assuming you even start. A lot of people get stuck before they even get started. They know they need guidance and accountability to get it done. And I know this because many of my clients come to me worn out or on the verge of giving up 6 to 12 months after going at it alone first. So whether you're starting your business, you need to grow it or streamline it, you should still take me up on the offer I'm about to make. To hop on a call with me so I can identify where things are out of alignment in your process and how we can fix it within the next 12 weeks. Here's the thing, if you're still watching this video, you already know your aspirations, attention, and actions are out of alignment somewhere. So the question isn't, do you need help and a better framework? Because you absolutely do. The real question is, do you want to continue with busy work that robs you of your time, sucks your soul, and doesn't generate the money you need? Or do you want to fully express your purpose and live in prosperity from it? If you want me to help you stand out in your niche, work with people who get you while living your life in full abundance, then here's what you need to do. Just below this video, you can apply to work with me in one of my signature programs. After filling out the application, I'll review it and you'll be sent a link to schedule an assessment call with me where I'll quickly identify what's missing in your business that's causing you to come up short in reaching your goals. And even if you haven't started your business, we can identify what the real reason is that you've been putting this off or procrastinating. If it turns out that we're not a good fit for some reason, I'll do my best to refer you to someone that is. But here's the thing, you guys, I only invest in women dedicated to themselves and are ready to take action and invest in their future legacy. I also only choose to work with women who've tested their services or products, so that could be with your friends, your family, or even yourself, and have gotten confirmation that it's viable, meaning it worked, you got results, or people liked it. I don't want you to waste your time, and I certainly want to make sure I'm using my time to the best I can. So please don't apply if your fear of failing is bigger than your right to flourish. I said this before and I'll say it again. The biggest battle is going to be in your mind, and it needs to be on board for massive shifts to happen. So only apply if you are dedicated to flourishing. I also don't want you to apply if you need to talk to your spouse or partner about investing in the legacy of you and your family. I know this seems a little touchy, you guys, but I understand. I'm a married woman. I understand you need to discuss and share with your spouse, or if you have a business partner, you need to make some of these decisions together. But it's important that you have that discussion with them first and then apply. If you know that this is something that is right for you and you need it, you want it, convey that to your spouse or partner. I cannot imagine that they don't want to support you in getting the help you need to build a legacy that affects, that benefits you, but also your entire family, including them. So discuss that with them first, then apply. And lastly, don't apply if you think me assessing your business in 20 minutes will transform it. I'm good, you guys, but that's a big stretch. If this still sounds like what you want and need, then please click the button below to fill out your application. The only catch is that my availability for calls is often limited, so I recommend getting your application in as soon as possible so you can snag a spot on my calendar. If you click the button and you're redirected to a landing page rather than an application, that means that the programs are currently full and you're being asked to join my wait list for the next open enrollment. So go ahead and click the big button below this video to apply today. I'm really excited to talk with you, and I'll see you inside the accelerator.